everybody, welcome back to the program. Today on Vinyl Rewind, I will be counting down my top 10 albums of 2024, and we're going to start with number 10, Remi Wolf with Big Ideas. So this record was the big surprise for me this year. I didn't expect to like her album as much as I did, but every time I played it, I loved it more and more. And while it's easy to lump her into the pop singer category, this album pulls from a lot of different influences, including funk, 80s dance music, and even psychedelic rock. Each track feels distinct from the last, but tying it all together sonically is the crisp production and Remi's distinct vocal style. And at the end of the day, I think that's what I love so much about this record is the way that she sings. She's got this great voice that reminds me of classic R&B singers from the 50s with just a hint of raspiness. At number 9, I have Bridget Calls Me Baby with their debut, The Future Is Our Way Out. So I first heard these guys when they opened for the last dinner party and I was instantly hooked. I love their retro blend of 1950s ballads with 80s style, indie rock, and indie pop. This album is full of great guitar hooks, haunting vocals, and a ton of catchy melodies. There's something about their sound that I just can't get enough of. At the number 8 spot, I have Pearl and the Oysters with Planet Pearl. I mean, what else can I say? I am a huge fan of this group, and last year I had the pleasure of interviewing them, and they are just awesome people who make fantastic music. Planet Pearl is a cosmic concept album about aliens visiting Earth and what they go through. They skillfully blend an overall analog retro aesthetic with Japanese city pop, exotica, and progressive jazz. Overall, I just love every track on this album. At number 7, I have Magdalena Bay with Imaginal Disc. This is their second studio album and it just gripped me. Honestly, it's their blend of pop that incorporates elements of synthwave, disco, Europop, and rock that resonates so well with me. When I listen to their album, I feel like I'm going on an interstellar journey. Every inch of this record is full of amazing production choices and arrangements, but it never feels overstuffed or too much coming at me at one time. Everything has its place and it feels just right. But the standout element for me is Mika's vocals. She conveys so much meaning and feeling with the way that she sings. It's really beautiful to listen to. At number 6, I have Vampire Weekend with Only God Was Above Us. I'll be honest, when I first heard that they were releasing a new record in 2024, I was a bit skeptical because it had been a while since their last one, and sometimes bands lose their creative edge, but thankfully that wasn't the case, and they decided to give us this beautiful album that stays within their signature sound, but continues to innovate in a way that's exciting to listen to. I never knew what the next song was going to sound like or where the album would ultimately take me. The end result is a wonderful mix of introspective vocals mixed with exceptional production and varied musical instruments and elements. At the number 5 spot, I have Nilüfer Yanya with My Method Actor. So for my best of 2022, I almost put her second album on that list, but other records placed higher for me, but I'm happy to showcase her third album now. So My Method Actor was one of those records I kept coming back to over the course of the year. And, I just loved it more every time I listened to it. And I think it was a combo of her voice paired with music and instrumentation inspired by 90s dance, pop, and alternative. I just love that sound. And the way she sings, it just grips me. There's so much feeling and emotion and spirituality put into it. It just scratches that itch, if you know what I mean. At number 4, I have Jamie XX with In Waves. So from his work with the XX to his solo debut, I love everything he's done, and this record is right there with them. From the first track, I was hooked. I love the way he crafts each song with samples, loops, and beats. It's just mesmerizing. The audio textures he uses is something I also really enjoy. It's like candy for my ears. There's a lot of sonic variety going on here, but it never strays from its purpose of making you want to dance. Plus, there's some great collaborations on here, and they blend really well with his style. At number 3, I have TV Girl and George Clanton with Faux Lenium. This was the collaboration I didn't know I needed. I've been a fan of both artists for a while now, and hearing them combine their talents is better than anything I could have imagined. They took the best parts of each of their sounds, and the result is a perfect blending. You got George's vocals and beats with TV Girl's samples and sensibilities. Overall, it has a nostalgic 90s sound that is bright, cheerful, and danceable. My only complaint is that the album is way too short at only 7 songs. Now, number 2, I have Father John Misty with Mahash Mashana. I gotta be honest, after the last couple of his releases, he lost me. I just wasn't sure where he was going creatively. And then he releases a greatest hits album, and I'm thinking, okay, I guess he's on his way out. But then bang, he releases this record and he sucks me right back in. I love every song on here. It's just so freaking good. This is the Father John Misty I first fell in love with. And this record continues his mastery of irreverent lyrics mixed with his take of 70s pop rock production style. But the polish on the sound is what really grips me. It sounds so freaking good and lush. Can't get enough of this. And at the top spot, I have The Sacred Souls with Got a Story to Tell. Oh my gosh, something about this album just resonated with me this year. I couldn't get enough of it. Their blend of 60s soul with 50s doo-wop is perfect, and I love how relaxed I feel listening to their music. I also love how romantic this record is. Both the music and the lyrics are full of passion, sorrow, love, and longing. The production is by Bosco Mann, and it is perfect. He strikes the right balance of vintage sounds and modern clarity. All the instruments sound clean and crisp, and there's just the right amount of reverb and echo applied. It's never too much, and it just lets the music breathe. If you get a chance, definitely see them live because they are phenomenal. They have a full horn section, a full string section, plus backup singers, a second percussionist. I mean, it is an incredible show. The crowd goes crazy. I mean, it just fills the room with so much love and warmth. I love it. It was such a wonderful experience. At the very least, you can get a small portion of that if you decide to pick it up on vinyl. It sounds fantastic. This record was definitely made to be heard on vinyl. Sounds so good, but at the very least, please listen to this album. It is fantastic, and for all those reasons and more, make this my top album of 2024. All right, everybody, that will do it for today. Be sure to leave me your own top 10 list of 2024. Just put a comment down below. I'll check it out. Until then, thank you all so much for watching, but I especially want to thank my members over on Patreon. They really help to keep this show going in 2024 and continue in this year, 2025. I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.